I was in the process of thinking, peace, I'm having a very peaceful morning. And I thought, okay, the reason that I'm having a peaceful morning is because so far I haven't spoken to anybody. Um, I have been on Twitter, and writing is more my domain than speaking. So had a little bit of fun with someone who tweeted to me. I posted in defense of Lawrence Fox. Um, there's a really foolish woman. She is highly educated, but most of the people I view as foolish are highly educated. And someone came on to defend her, um, and basically came in defense of her via book learning, her book learnedness. So she's very book learned. I suppose she trusts in her book learnedness, but she's an idiot. So in responding, in his second response, he sent me a video from, it's what's the guy's name? I've not watched the Star Wars series of films, so I struggle to know the characters off the top of my head. It's the one played by Alec Guinness. Um, is it Obi-Wan Kenobi? Yeah. So he asked the question, who is the fool? The fool, or the fool who follows the fool? So I'm assuming that was aimed at me. So here's a God bit. So the thing is, when you are in the service of God, or rather when the things that you do are inspired of God, he comes up with the one-liners. So the one-liner was, I don't actually follow this woman, she's a doctor. I don't actually follow assuming you mean me. So in other words, she is the fool. He thinks Lawrence Fox is the fool because people don't understand God's wisdom. They count it as foolishness. So he views Lawrence Fox as the fool, but the real fool in the equation is this highly educated doctor, whatever her name is. I won't say her name. But I will put up the link to my Twitter account if you want to go and have a look. But I do like to have fun with fools, so he hasn't responded. So usually when I go on social media, I shut people down, and I rather enjoy doing that. But anyway, the point of this video is just to say that I'm not really a miserable so-and-so. And the channel is supposed to be about me having fun, playing music, singing, dancing, just doing all of those things. But obviously, under the terms of lockdown, there is no dancing, there is no playing music, there is no singing, there is no having fun. So in the meantime, I'm doing these videos and posting them here on this channel. But in due course, when music begins to happen again and fun begins to happen, then I will do more fun videos. But yeah, so it's just literally to say that I do other things, and I am kind of a fun person. I'm a very fun person. But more often than not nowadays, I'm just sharing experiences because I think we can learn from one another. I think everybody's got something to say. We can learn from idiots as well. Because like I said, this one guy, he amused me because he thought he was coming with deep wisdom, and he's ended up being slapped in the face. So that's given him something to think about, and as a consequence, I think he will go and do a bit of research, and he will go and find out a little bit more about me. And also someone else on the tweet that I posted in defense of Lawrence Fox, which has got about actually it's being retweeted now, and knowledge is best shared. So one person came on, and he was links that I've shared on Twitter in the past few months, and he made a response to me and said that I talk a lot of sense. So you see, you can pick sense out of my nonsense. But on that front, he made reference to a link that I shared from Lady Colin Campbell, because I think she's brilliant. And he was enjoying watching her video. So he then said he would go and watch some of mine. But I said my whole purpose is to share. I'm all about sharing. But I don't tend to share my own stuff as such, because I prefer that people should find it, because I don't have time for time wasters, and I'm not about finding followers and fans and subscribers and all of that. I'm all about putting things out there and for people to find them independently. And what I normally find is when people do find my stuff independently, we tend to connect, and we connect on the basis that they, I mean, obviously, if they've found something that I've said or something that I've written and it resonates with them, then obviously we're going to see eye to eye on things, more so than if I was to be trying to force my opinions on people, or trying to force whatever it is that I do, the book, for example, on people who don't want it. So it's a bit like, I use an example in the book, and I talk about the same thing here, giving people information that they haven't asked for. And I use the example of someone coming up to you in the street and saying to you 6. You would look at them weird, because it doesn't mean anything to you. But if you ask them what time is it, and they say to you 6, then that makes perfect sense. So that is my philosophy on things. I believe if you have something to say, you put it out there, and it's up to people to find it. So that's it, really. So I'm going to put up the link to my Facebook and my Twitter, because maybe somebody might wander along and be looking for something interesting to read, and that's where I'm more interested in the written form, because obviously when I'm speaking, there are things, the way that I express myself differently when I'm writing. So for example, I don't swear, but for emphasis, when I am writing, I do use swear words. Even though I don't write out the word in full, I put some punctuations in there. But sometimes that's, you have to express yourself in a certain way. But it's not having double standards. It's just to get your point across. Sometimes you need to use language that is appropriate to the force with which you're trying to deliver the words that you're trying to express. So that's it, really. So I hope everybody's having a good Sunday. I am so far, and I intend to keep it that way. Oh, I'm trying to salvage my skin, and I've got 7 hours to myself before I need to go outside. I don't need to leave home today for another 7 hours before I go to the hospital. So I can try and work at salvaging my skin, because now that the sauna is gone forever, it's going to be a long while before I get to do anything on that level. So I just have to make the most of what I can under the circumstances. Anyways, see you later.